What's going on, everybody? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are talking about CNN and MSNBC's ratings collapse due to serious credibility problem covering Biden, experts say. Now, that should not surprise anyone. We've known for a long time that the mainstream media has a serious problem with credibility. In fact, I don't even think saying they have a serious problem with credibility is fair. They have no credibility at all. They have zero credibility, zero trust from anyone with a working brain and the slightest bit of common sense. We all know that they are completely agenda-driven, and you can't take anything seriously that they say. They are more of a meme than anything else, and watching them break down is pretty hilarious. But I wanted to go ahead and cover this. This is on the New York Post. So it says, the second quarter of 2021 saw viewers ditch CNN and MSNBC in droves as experts wonder if the liberal network can ever recover from a serious credibility problem they created by relying on former President Donald Trump for success while ignoring internal gaffes and scandals. CNN and MSNBC were one-trick ponies, and the trick was bashing Trump. Cornell Law School professor and media critic William A. Jacobson told Fox News. Now that Trump is no longer president, they have tried to keep up with the mania, but it's hard. The audience has disappeared because it was never loyal to CNN or MSNBC host. It was loyal to Trump hatred. Jacobson added, it's not hard to imagine executives at CNN and MSNBC saying nightly prayers that Trump runs for president in 2024. MSNBC averaged only 847,000 viewers during the second quarter, and CNN settled for a dismal 654,000. By comparison, Fox News averaged 1.2 million during the same time period to finish number one in all basic cable. CNN failed to crack the 1 million viewer threshold during the primetime hours of 8 to 11 p.m., while MSNBC lost to CNN among the key demographic of adults ages 25 to 54. Fox News contributor Joe Concha thinks a significant credibility crisis at CNN and MSNBC is going to keep vanishing viewers. Quarter three will be even worse in looking at trends for both networks, if that's possible. The numbers are where they are because of two things. Their myopic ratings hook, Donald Trump isn't around anymore, but more importantly, these networks have a serious credibility problem, noting that left-wing stars from each network have recently generated negative headlines but went unpunished. When CNN host Chris Cuomo, for example, a primetime anchor, provides advice to his brother and staff on how to beat back multiple allegations of harassment, and the network does nothing in terms of reprimand or even awards him more airtime, that resonates with the viewers. When MSNBC host Joy Reid refers to Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas as a you-know-what, that's blatant you-know-what on a national platform. And when these networks do nothing, that also tells viewers, the sane ones, to perhaps look elsewhere. CNN also shocked viewers and it welcomed back chief legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin after an embarrassing scandal of his own. Trust will never be restored because that would require these networks and the egos that occupy them to stop making themselves the story and report on the opine. That ain't happening. Yeah, I mean, and political satirist and radio host Tim Young agreed. There's no coming back for CNN and MSNBC. And then this whole Jeffrey Toobin thing was so ridiculous. Like, they made him come out there and then address the situation where he, jerked it on a Zoom call. And then he's like, talk about how he had to go through therapy and, find himself and be a better person. Like, dude, he did what literally every guy does. Like, why are we apologizing for this? This is just so stupid. But Jeffrey Toobin is someone who has a severe case of TDS. So watching him project so much about his hatred for Trump and then getting busted for doing that was beautiful. That was poetic justice. And yeah, it just continues. They based their entire programming lineup on going after the boogeyman they created in Trump, and now that he's gone, they have nothing to instill the clickbait-like fear from false stories about him to capture their viewers' attention. CNN's most popular program was Cuomo Primetime, which finished at number 22 weekday show on cable news by averaging 1.2 million viewers. While the scandal-plagued Chris Cuomo had the most watched show on CNN, it finished behind 14 different Fox News shows and 8 MSNBC offerings. offerings. While CNN had a hard time attracting viewers in general, MSNBC had significant issues in the metric that keeps the lights on, as viewers in the key demographic of adults age range 25 to 54 tuned out of the left-wing network. MSNBC only averaged 115,000 viewers among the demo, compared to 204,000 for Fox and 160,000 for CNN. MSNBC also finished the last in the category during primetime, averaging 198,000 demo viewers, while Fox News averaged 347,000. And even CNN's struggling lineup of Anderson Cooper, Cuomo, and Don Lemon managed 224,000 demo viewers. Multiple MSNBC programs had their worst quarterly performance in years among the critical category. And it just keeps going. But this is all about Trump. This is all based around Trump. They don't have Trump anymore. They don't have him. And so no one is listening to you, because this was all about Trump. Trump is what pulls the numbers. Trump is what turns the needle. And everybody knew you were lying about him. Everybody, again, with the working brain and the slightest bit of common sense. It doesn't mean that everybody has to like Trump. Doesn't mean everybody has to support Trump. It just means that everybody with common sense knew that you were spreading lies and misinformation about him. And that's all you had. That's all you had. And it was entertaining to watch you continue to do this. I would watch CNN just to watch them spread lies and misinformation about Trump. I could not stop watching it because it was so hilarious. I would love watching Morning Joe and watching Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski just lose their minds over Donald Trump. It was fantastic. But now that he's gone, you are irrelevant. And that is what's the most beautiful part of all of this. You know, Trump will continue to be the most prominent figure in American politics. No one, I say no one's close, although I will say Ron DeSantis has a legitimate chance to rival Trump, but I don't think he can. I don't think he can, you know, overtake Trump in terms of just sheer, you know, magnitude and relevance. Just Donald Trump is that important. He just is. He's always been that important. It didn't matter what he was doing. It didn't matter where he was. He was always the most important man in the room. And that will continue. And I do believe that he will be running in 2024. And I'm hoping DeSantis will be his vice president, because that is, in my opinion, an unbeatable ticket. Now, I do feel that DeSantis is more electable than Trump in some ways, but I also think that a lot of that is me buying into a lot of the left-wing nonsense out there. At the end of the day, Donald Trump got 75 million votes, the most for any sitting president in the history of the United States of America. So clearly he's electable. Clearly he's electable. So I don't want to buy too much into that. At the end of the day, he's the greatest president of my lifetime. I'm proud that I voted for him in 2016, proud that I voted for him in 2020, and I will proudly vote for him again in 2024 if he, in fact, runs. CNN sucks. MSNBC sucks. I'm not even the biggest fan of Fox, even though I like them more than the other two. They're still not great, and they still have a lot of problems. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this channel, for subscribing. We're closing in on 90,000 subscribers. So if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. While I cover politics here, I cover a lot. Cover Hollywood, cover some other stuff, and we're going to evolve into other things as well, because that's just what we do. So let me know what you want to see here on this channel. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.